The Lost Ark, Noah's Ark, discovered on Mount Cudi. The majestic Mount Cudi, revealed at the break of dawn. The mist hangs heavy as the first rays of light touch the highest summits. The sheer scale of the remote, ancient mountain is staggering. An atmosphere of anticipation settles over the untouched landscape. At the base camp, the team prepares for the ascent, checking harnesses and gear with focused precision. Every piece of equipment is verified before the climb begins. The base camp is set against the looming shadow of the mountain. The core team gathers to review the plan. Dr. Layla shows her resolve before the challenging climb. Omar checks his geological equipment, ready for mapping. Samira compares the terrain with historical records before setting off. The challenging vertical ascent begins immediately. Navigating treacherous, loose scree and sharp edges. Ahmet expertly guides the team across the most difficult sections. Gaining altitude reveals the vast, unforgiving landscape below. A view from above shows the network of ancient, forgotten trails. The trails seem to disappear into shadowy recesses of the rock. These hidden routes point toward previously unreached sections of Mount Cudi. The trails converge near a cluster of massive dark openings. Samira points out shapes blending with the rocks. Unusual shapes suggest artificial cutting among the natural stone. The historian contemplates the unnatural forms in the debris. The team gathers around the unexpected findings. Samira spots unusual wood-like shapes among the rocks. The shapes reveal themselves as ancient, artificially cut timbers. The team approaches the potential discovery site with anticipation. Ahmet cautiously assesses the structural integrity of the exposed remains. The team carefully excavates the area indicated by Samira. More fragments of huge, ancient timbers are uncovered beneath the soil. Omar uses specialized equipment to analyze the soil composition around the wood. The team steps back to absorb the reality of their monumental discovery. A close-up shows strange, intricate inscriptions etched deeply into the wood. Dr. Layla activates the Argo-style AI assistant to scan the symbols. The AI assistant projects a visual analysis overlay onto the inscriptions. Omar watches the scan results with keen scientific interest. Dr. Layla translates the first key phrase from the inscriptions. She reads the translated words aloud: survival, faith, and promise. The team listens intently, grasping the potential significance. The air grows heavy with the weight of the discovery. Dark, heavy storm clouds rapidly gather on the horizon, signaling danger. The first distant lightning flash illuminates the mountain peaks. The explorers react with urgency as the first drops of rain fall. Ahmet directs the team toward the nearest secure rock shelter. The team huddles inside a small rock overhang as the storm rages outside. Thunder roars as lightning briefly illuminates the massive arc structure outside. Ahmet remains alert, guarding the entrance against potential rock slides. The team exchanges determined looks, confirming their resolve to continue. The explorers scramble for shelter as the massive storm hits full force. Thunder roars as they protect the sensitive equipment. Awe and fear mix as they witness nature's raw power. The storm eventually subsides, leaving an eerie calm. Night falls. The team gathers around a sheltered campfire. Layla discusses the immense historical significance of the timbers. Omar checks his geological readings by the firelight. Ahmet watches the surrounding mountain periphery. Night falls. The storm subsides into a gentle, steady drizzle. The team gathers around a small, sheltered campfire for discussion. Omar discusses the implications of the fossilized organic matter he found. Samira reflects on how the discovery reshapes accepted historical timelines. Omar investigates a preserved section of timber. He finds organic material embedded near the wood fibers. He carefully extracts what appear to be fossilized animal remains. The team gathers to view the unbelievable evidence. Omar carefully examines a deeply preserved timber section. He discovers and extracts fossilized remnants of organic material embedded near the wood. The remnants are identified as fossilized remains of various small animals. Dr. Layla examines the fossils with cautious excitement. A high-tech drone is launched from the excavation area. The drone ascends high above the immediate excavation site. The drone's camera reveals the massive, elongated wooden structure hidden beneath rock and sediment further up the slope. The explorers watch the revealing footage on a large screen at base camp. A high-tech drone is launched from the excavation site. The drone flies high above the immediate area. The drone's perspective reveals the full, elongated structure hidden beneath the slope. The camera tracks along the exposed length, showing its hidden nature. The team works to expose more of the massive wooden hull. Close up on the exterior surface texture. Layla examines the wood density with a portable scanner. The team stands back, momentarily to grasp the scale of the hull. The team focuses on exposing more of the colossal wooden hull. Close-ups reveal ancient moss, thick sediment, and volcanic ash covering the exterior. Dr. Layla gently brushes dust off a section of the main beam. The sheer age and preservation of the structure become overwhelmingly apparent. Small crawlers enter the ark interior, revealing dust motes dancing and light filtering through cracks. A camera crawler pans slowly, showing preserved shapes of internal structures. Light beams reveal preserved shapes, suggesting original chambers or bunks. The silence inside the preserved structure is palpable. A small robotic crawler is deployed to enter the dark interior. Inside, dust motes dance in the narrow beams of light filtering through cracks. The crawler pans slowly, revealing preserved shapes of internal structures. A section looks like a preserved chamber or storage area. Holographic reconstruction technology is set up near the ruins. A shimmering, holographic arc appears superimposed over the ruins. The projection shows the original vessel soaring above the ancient landscape. The team watches the visualization with expressions of awe. A holographic reconstruction of the original ark is projected over the ruins. The holographic ark shows its original massive scale soaring above the ancient landscape. Dr. Layla watches the projection with an expression of profound realization. The projection flickers slightly before settling back into perfect form. Historian Samira explains the profound biblical and scientific implications of the find. She contrasts established views with the overwhelming physical reality. The ancient text translation is displayed briefly on Samira's tablet. The team shares a moment of quiet contemplation regarding the discovery's magnitude. The crew notices strange, complex geometric carvings on the inner walls. The carvings suggest knowledge far exceeding the archaeological timeline. Dr. Layla compares the symbols to modern digital schematics on her tablet. Ahmet looks on cautiously, sensing something unnatural about the discovery. Ahmet discovers a hidden seam in a collapsed section of the wall. Using a crowbar, Ahmet pries open the concealed entrance. A small sealed-off internal chamber is revealed behind the opening. Dr. Layla and Omar move closer to investigate the hidden space. The team cautiously enters the hidden chamber, finding millennia-old relics preserved. Close-up on ancient pottery, perfectly preserved in the dry air. Omar examines an unknown metal tool with deep curiosity. The team realizes the scope of the preserved knowledge within this single hidden room. Entering the hidden chamber reveals millennia-old, perfectly preserved relics. The air is still, the relics untouched by time. The team documents pottery and strange, non-oxidized metal tools. They are surrounded by evidence of a preserved world. Camera pans over detailed carvings of animals and celestial maps. Focus on carvings that detail the catastrophic flood event. The celestial maps hint at sophisticated ancient navigational understanding. Samira sketches one of the unique star patterns into her notebook. Carvings reveal detailed scenes of the flood and preserved animal life. Celestial maps hint at navigation beyond simple survival. The scope of ancient knowledge is staggering. Every detail tells a story of preservation and journey. The AI assistant reconstructs the timeline of the Great Flood, visualizing the catastrophic moments of the deluge. Omar cross-references the projected path with geological data. The AI assistant confirms the chronological markers. The mountain violently shakes as an earthquake begins. Rocks begin to tumble from the mountain slope above. The team reacts just as the structure groans under stress. A large section of rock slides dangerously close to the entrance. Tension peaks as the team scrambles out of the collapsing area. Ahmet pulls Samira clear of a falling debris field. They manage to avoid serious injury amidst the chaos. A moment of shared, silent relief washes over the team. The storm clears. A golden sunset illuminates the ark's full length. The golden light bathes the ancient wood in a breathtaking glow. The majesty of the discovery is revealed in the fading light. A moment of quiet contemplation as the day's work concludes. The storm finally clears, revealing a majestic view. The ark is bathed in the cinematic glory of the golden hour. The full scale of the find is revealed in the dramatic light. A moment of quiet triumph after surviving the mountain's wrath. The drone captures the ark perched high above the valleys. The immediate surroundings show extreme verticality and isolation. A glimpse of the flowing river far below the discovery site. The explorers look out over the vast landscape they have conquered. Night falls, and the team begins systematic recording under artificial light. Detailed documentation of the ancient wood grain. Ahmet secures the perimeter against the nocturnal mountain environment. The team rests briefly, surrounded by the massive silent structure. Flashback. The ark departs ancient shores during the Great Flood. The ark sails through raging storms toward a distant mountain silhouette. The creatures aboard remain sheltered within the vast vessel. The vessel finally settles upon the high, desolate mountain peak. Voiceover: it was a promise made in the face of oblivion. Narrator: 600 years of human history contained in this vessel. Narrator: but what tales did the survivors carry that the texts never told? Narrator: the truth is here, etched in wood and stone. Modern scientists debate the ark's authenticity amidst global news coverage. Carbon dating results flash across a screen, showing an unexpectedly ancient age for the wood. Inside the storage area, the team finds strangely advanced ancient tools. This suggests a civilization far beyond what we understood, Dr. Layla murmurs. Modern scientists debate the find's authenticity on television screens. Satellite imagery confirms the remote location. The immediate media reaction causes widespread public fascination. The team remains focused on the physical evidence. Carbon dating instruments show an age far beyond historical expectations. Close up on the preserved wooden beam's ancient structure. Dr. Layla reviews the conclusive evidence with awe. The scientific verification solidifies the artifact's authenticity. A close-up on the preserved wood grain as dating results appear. The team examines unexpected metal tools alongside preserved organic remains. Dr. Layla speculates on the possibility of a highly advanced pre-flood civilization. The team continues documentation despite the approaching storm clouds. Unexpected ancient tools are discovered alongside the Ark fragments. The tools suggest forgotten metallurgy far superior to expected. The team gathers around the perplexing collection of artifacts. These findings challenge the narrative of primitive technology. The team uncovers ancient, meticulously crafted tools suggesting forgotten metallurgy. Holographic map displays possible ancient flood paths across the region. Explorers inspect fossilized provisions, grains, dried fruit, and seeds inside the Ark. Amit finds small, perfectly intact, carved wooden animal figures. Dr. Layla speculates on a highly advanced, lost civilization. The geologist confirms the unusual composition of the alloys. The historian contemplates how this knowledge was lost. The weight of rewriting history settles on the small team. Voiceover asks a profound question about the definitive proof of Noah's Ark. A stunning night drone shot captures the Ark faintly glowing under the moonlight. The team debates whether to reveal the findings to the world immediately. Close-up on inscriptions hinting at advanced, unknown flood survivors. A storm cloud bank gathers ominously in the distance. The environment remains unpredictable despite the breakthrough. The team must secure their findings quickly before the weather turns. The mountain asserts its dominance over the delicate discovery. Cinematic wide shot of the Ark, nestled among the peaks, surrounded by mist and stars. Voiceover connects history, faith, and the new scientific evidence. The crew sets up professional cameras to document the entire discovery site. Morning sunlight bathes the Ark, creating a flare across the lens. Holographic map displays potential ancient flood paths across the region. The AI assistant visualizes the ancient world interacting with the Ark. Omar studies the geological impact zones correlating with the flood map. The evidence connects the mythological account to verifiable geography. The Argo AI projects a holographic map detailing ancient flood paths. Omar examines fossilized food samples found inside the Ark. Explorers find perfectly preserved, small carved animal figures. Narrator questions if this is definitive proof of Noah's Ark. The Argo AI overlays historical and biblical data directly onto the structure. Samira interprets celestial symbols suggesting advanced ancient astronomical knowledge. Dramatic drone zoom out reveals the immense scale of Mount Cudi. The team shares a moment of quiet, emotional celebration over their achievement. Explorers examine fossilized food and supplies inside the Ark. Amit discovers small, carved figures of animals still intact. Voiceover. Could this be the proof of Noah's Ark? The Ark structure glows faintly under the moonlight. Inside the Ark, fossilized sustenance is found in storage sections. The team carefully documents the preserved provisions. These supplies confirm the Ark was provisioned for colonization. The mystery deepens. What other essential materials were preserved? Team debates whether to reveal findings to the world immediately. Close-up on inscriptions suggesting unknown flood survivors. Cinematic shot. Ark surrounded by mist and stars. Voiceover details connection between history, faith, and science. Amit discovers a box of perfectly intact, small carved animal figures. The figures represent mammals, reptiles, and birds, all perfectly preserved. The presence of these artifacts suggests intentional preservation of species. The discovery reaffirms the story's central theme of life continuation. Voiceover. Could this be the proof that transcends belief? The voiceover connects history, science, and deeply held faith. The explorers listen in respectful silence. The Ark rests as a timeless monument. Crew sets up professional cameras to document entire discovery. Morning. Ark, bathed in sunlight. Atmospheric cinematic lens flare. AI assistant overlays historical and biblical data onto Ark structure. Samira interprets celestial symbols on the structure. A drone captures the Ark glowing faintly under the clear moonlight. The Milky Way arches dramatically above the site. The quiet isolation of the mountaintop discovery site. The scale of the discovery feels almost spiritual. Drone captures cinematic panorama of Mount Cudi. Team celebrates discovery with shared expressions of awe. Montage of global reactions, news broadcasts and social media. Cinematic night shot, stars and Milky Way above Ark. The team debates the immediate global reveal of the findings. Concerns over preservation versus public scrutiny are voiced. The ethical dilemma of withholding monumental evidence. A decision is tentatively made to control the narrative carefully. The team debates whether to reveal their findings to the world immediately. The ethics of immediate global revelation are intensely debated. Leaking initial images causes immediate global shockwaves. The world is captivated by the potential proof of Noah's Ark. Voiceover hints at remaining mysteries yet to be uncovered. Camera slowly moves away from artifacts toward the horizon. Drone shows explorers silhouetted against sunrise. Final message: history and faith converge here, atop Mount Cudi. Inscriptions suggest advanced pre-flood survivors. These symbols hint at a knowledge base far superior to expected eras. The findings challenge existing paradigms of ancient human capability. The promise of lost knowledge echoes from the ancient timbers. The Ark rests, shrouded in mist and starlight. A mystical scene showcasing the Ark's timeless presence. The voiceover connects faith, history, and scientific evidence. A unified narrative emerges from the confluence of evidence. The team meticulously sets up documentation cameras. Every angle of the monumental find is secured for posterity. The dawn breaks, bathing the discovery in warm, hopeful light. The first direct sunlight illuminates the ancient timbers. The AI assistant overlays data onto the physical structure. Historical and biblical data aligns with physical reality. Samira interprets celestial symbols suggesting ancient navigation. The civilization possessed knowledge of the cosmos. The next morning, the Ark is bathed in warm sunlight. Sunlight brings clarity to the ancient discovery. The crew prepares to document every inch. Every detail must be recorded for history. A dramatic zoom-out reveals the entire Mount Cudi landscape. The discovery is small against the backdrop of ancient mountains. The team pauses to absorb the magnitude of their achievement. Moments of celebration are brief before the world intervenes. Argo overlays data onto the physical structure. Biblical timelines appear mapped onto the structure. Dr. Layla monitors the incoming data stream. The AI confirms ancient calculations. Samira interprets celestial alignments on the walls. These symbols hint at advanced ancient knowledge. The implications for early human history are staggering. knowledge preserved for millennia. The drone pulls back to reveal the mountain scale. Mount Cudi stands alone, guarding the secret. The world below is unaware of the magnitude. A small team in a vast wilderness. A moment of shared, profound accomplishment. The weight of the discovery settles upon them. The historian reflects on the rewritten history books. The geologist marvels at the structure's endurance. The world reacts to the shocking news of the Ark's discovery. Global news networks compete to break the story. Social media streams are flooded with speculation and awe. The scale of the reaction is overwhelming. The world reacts with shock and fascination. Global headlines dominate every network. Experts debate the authenticity and implications. Satellite imagery confirms the remote location. Under the cosmic expanse, the Ark rests. The silence of the mountaintop holds ancient secrets. The stars witness the convergence of myth and reality. The narrator hints at deeper truths awaiting discovery. Yet, the voyage of knowledge has only just begun. Mysteries of the ancient builders remain hidden. The true purpose of the Ark's advanced knowledge is still unknown. A tiny artifact holds incredible detail. The camera pulls away, revealing the vastness awaiting exploration. The promise of dawn illuminates the path forward. The Ark and its discoverers bathed in morning light. A new day begins atop the ancient mountain. The silhouette marks the end of the search and the beginning of the truth. The final declaration is made over the discovery. History and faith converge here, atop Mount Cudi. 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 The mysteries await discovery in the ancient silence. The silence of Mount Cudi holds the echoes of the past. Echoes of an ancient promise, preserved in wood and stone. And above it all, the silent, eternal stars. The story continues.